Perfect Short Podcast, episode 297. Lamar, play dirty.
Well, Joe, this is a dark movie about corrupt cops. I think in New Orleans, if I'm correct. I
Oh,
thought it
I
was.
thought it was in Las Vegas. I don't know.
Or well, they
I
started
wasn't
off
really
Mardi
paying
Gras,
it.
but this is a day and the night of a dirty cop movie. That's what this is,
Yeah,
Joe.
let's get into it, Lamar. What's our first category? As usual, what do we think of the story?
Well, Joe, we are following a cop by the name of Frank Grady. He's corrupt. He's
Yeah.
also a pixie dust addict. And things have caught up to him because his old partner, who's like a higher rank, came to him and was like, "Hey, man, look, I heard through the grapevine, Internal Affairs is going to come arrest you. You need to get out of town." But he needs money. Frank Grady needs money, so he goes to Murray, who is kind of like the guy that he is hired by to be a corrupt cop, and he's like, "Hey, man, I need my money," and Murray's like, "Well, dang." All right, I'll make you a deal. Kill all my competition tonight, four other gangs, and I'll give you your money. And Frank Brady goes to do that, and crazy crap happens. Man, oh man, does it happen.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. Little is gritty and stuff. I thought
Mm-hmm.
maybe it was like we touch on the boring side.
Really?
Yeah. I thought like
Hmm.
when there was, well, we'll talk about action later. When there was action, it was good, but it was like to me too much gaps in between.
Really? I thought it was nicely paced. Like
Hmm.
he had to get to place to place to do what he's doing.
He did.
But I did like how there were like, certain hurdles that came up like at different times when he's going to each place and everything like
Yeah.
that. And then double crosses are all over the place in this one. So I really like that too. And it's not that long of a movie. So
No.
I liked it. Yeah.
Okay. What are you rating it for story?
I gave it a 1.
One. I'm gonna give it a half point. I wasn't
Oh wow.
super engaged with it. For our next category, Lamar's, what do we think of the characters?
Well, we talked about Frank Grady and his drug addict, cop riddled, well, whatever, however you say it. He was interesting,
Mm-hmm.
played by Theo Rossi. And Theo Rossi, his partner, his ex-partner, is Thomas Q. Jones. And if I remember correctly, I think this guy, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, internet. They both were on the show Luke Cage together. So that was interesting. But Murray, the big guy, is played by Ron Perlman.
Ron
And I think
Perlman.
he did a good
Yeah, he was
job.
very good. Yeah.
He was very good. Then you have the love interest, Juicy, who Frank wants to run away with, and then all the different gangs that he has to go up against and stuff. So I like the characters.
Yeah, the characters are good. It was well acted. Everyone did a
Hmm.
really good job. Ron Perlman was really good. He's always pretty good. And
Yeah.
he's one of those guys that no matter what he's in, he gives it his all. So
Hmm.
so
Yes.
yep, no complaints. I thought the characters were good. I'm gonna give it 1 point for characters.
I'm with you. 1.
Our next category, Lamar's. What did we think of the action?
The action I thought was like more realistic, but I was engaged with it.
Okay.
Well, I think it's part of, when you have, someone who's addicted to drugs and he has to kill a bunch of people in one night, you don't know what to expect. But it wasn't like John Wick, but it wasn't like terrible like
Yeah.
action either. I think it had like a nice base of reality. So I liked it a lot. I don't think there was any like digital stuff. I can't remember.
Not that I remember.
Not that I
Maybe if
remember.
something, maybe a little here and there
Yeah.
supplementing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the action scenes were good, like some fight scenes, some
Mm-hmm.
shootouts and stuff. I didn't, like I said, it's not super action packed to me. Like you said, it's not like John Wick or anything like that.
Yeah. Is it meant to be though with this type of like movie?
I guess not.
Yeah.
So, what do you give it for action, Lamar?
I gave it a 1, Joe.
I'm giving it a half point, Lamar. I
Oh
wasn't
boy.
overly impressed with it. Our next category, Lamar, is the noir genre of this.
I think it was there. Maybe they could have did a little bit more with it. But I like the aesthetic of it and
The
stuff
aesthetic,
like
yeah, the
that.
color
How it was
palette.
shot. Even though it was at night, it was well lit where nothing was like too dark or anything like that. It really seems like city, like the deepest, darkest parts of the city and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So I like that. Yeah.
And I like to like he's actually telling the story of his night.
Mm-hmm.
So he's getting a ride from a couple uh, junkies, I guess, that he was buying drugs from or something.
Yep.
And then on the way as they're driving, like he's telling them the story of the night. So I thought that was a cool little touch to make it more
Mm-hmm.
interesting. No complaints, I guess. 1 point for that.
I give it a 1. Yeah.
Well, our last category, Lamar. This is another Tubi movie. Now, our last category is: does this movie represent hope for Tubi movies getting better and
Okay,
better
we
and
we,
better?
we got to go through the history. We have been let down,
Yeah, we've seen a lot of them.
man. It's this one I think shows hope. What I think
Hmm.
Tubi needs to do is like be a little bit more on the edge with things and stuff like that. I think a
Mm-hmm.
lot of their stuff plays it too safe. I think this movie kind of shows that they can like kind of, have a good story but do some like interesting things, some dark things and all that kind of stuff. So, I think it shows hope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like when we first started watching Tubi originals. They were pretty awful, and then there was a couple, and then I would say like more recently, like we did Please Don't Feed the Children recently, and
Mm-hmm.
and that, and
Yeah.
then into this one, and it's like you could see like the production quality is a lot better. In
Yes.
this one, you do have a Ron Perlman, you have some other actors. Well, that will be the thing too. Will they be able to attract more like known actors onto these movies and stuff?
Yeah.
But they do seem to be getting better, and also, like you said, they're going like this one's a little more gritty. It's got something to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think, Lamar? Do you think that this movie is a beacon of hope for Tubi originals?
I think so. I'm giving it a 1.
1 point. I'll agree with that. 1 point for Tubi Hope. Well, Lamar, we've tallied the score, and this movie got a 4.5 out of 5.
I enjoyed this. This is a nice, I would suggest this to people, Sunday, right before you go to back to your work week, just chill out, watch this. It's a short movie. I
Yeah,
think it has, enough action to keep you engaged. Like you said, it's well acted, interesting characters. Story is cool to me too.
yeah,
And yeah, I think it's, I hope Tubi, do more of this, not the safe stuff y'all be doing and
yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah. I think it was fun. It was okay for me. Like it wasn't like the greatest thing. Like I said, this is for me like the weekend movie while I'm like vacuuming or something. I have this on
Yeah,
in the background or whatever. So I don't know. Does that wrap it up then, Lamar?
it does.
Play dirty. Peace.
Deuces.